Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm back. Let me tell y'all, I don't know what's going on with this, but it's fighting me. It's fighting me. It's fighting me. This is like my third trial in trying to get this readings going, okay? So bear with me, folks. If anyone comes into the chat and wants to hang out, have questions. So what we'll do is trying to get the light to get a little bit better here. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do just a general message for the new moon. I'm not going to do it sign by sign. I feel like it's more of a collective things that we're all going through right now. So I'll keep the message, even like the last week message that was supposed to be the career reading we did. It was so almost like consistent, right? There was kind of like a link between all the signs, because it's really that we all going through the same thing. We're all in this together, okay? And that's what I titled the Aries reading that I just did, the first live that we just that I just uploaded. So I kind of like I'm starting over just to make sure that those technical issues are remedied. Hopefully they are. So hang with me. We are using the Psychic Tarot. We'll pull some cards. Today is the new moon in Aries. We have so many energy going through, guys. Like, you know, astrologically, if you guys are into numerology, there's a few great YouTubers that are talking about the numerology of this moment right now, of what we're going through as a collective, that shift. It seems like, you know, it's like we're in a transition period between from one era to the next, right? And we've been talking about this for a while now, that we are going through a shift, that we are living, you know, Piscean energy, going towards, like, you know, the age of Aquarius. We have been talking about that, and I feel like it's here, okay, y'all. I feel like it's really here, and I feel like this pandemic that we are all have to deal with, and so many people are suffering and losing their lives. People are in isolation, especially the older people, that, you know, some people I know, like in Florida, they're not even allowed visitors, okay? Can you imagine? So for the older, oh, this is where we start here with the two of fire, the two of movement, choices, decision. Choices, decision, movement. It's almost like choose a path, choose a window, choose your way forward. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's about how do we respond to this, okay, to this energy. What do we make of it? Though Empress energy, and yes, Venus is really helping us during this time. Though we have a lot of tough energy between that conjunction of you know, Jupiter and Saturn happening, but Venus energy is really softening up the blow, because I feel like this is what we get as the rewards at the end of all of this, you know, for those of us that are doing the work, that are paying attention, that have been working on ourselves and our spiritual development, on our enlightenment. I feel like that's what we get. And you see how the heart chakra here is so pronounced in that card of Venus, because we know, like, this is basically the Empress card, right? Major Arcana number 3. I keep saying Venus, Venus, because that's all I'm seeing here. I haven't even say Empress card, but there's a sense here, because we know Venus is about but this is a card representing the planet Venus, right? And Venus is about love and beauty. And I love how, like, we're seeing the upper chakras here. Yes, we can see all the way down here, but that's not what's pronounced. What we go straight to is the heart of the matter is, right? It's bringing us back down from our mind, like from that place of, you know, being so driven, being so aggressive, especially in regards to career matter, especially, you know, in regards to material, being materialistic, right? As a society, I feel like a lot of us, we kind of like approaching things closer to our mind, to our heart, and then to connect it to our crown chakra, right? As above, so below. And there's that sense of, what are we, it's up to us. It's a decision. What are we going to do? Are we going to connect more through our heart? Are we going to connect more to with our fellow beings in this community, in this world community? Are we going to approach things from more a place of love and subtlety and interconnectedness? Or are we gonna keep on going the same old way that we're going? At the end of the day, it's still a choice. And here we have patience and planning. Number 7. By the way, this is 2 of earth. I think I said 2 of fire earlier. So patience and planning, this is about like understanding there's a season for everything. And I'm still getting that duality. Let me show it to you guys. Yes, this is 2 about movement and choices, but look at those 2 pillars that are showing up here in this patience and planning card, right? This is the card of knowing when is the best time for things, right? Practicing patience and having a plan of action, and to stay with the plan, right? So we know that there's a season to prepare the soil, there's a season to start actually putting the seed down in the soil to start actually planting, and then there's a season to water. We have to water and wait to watch to see how the seeds are going to start sprucing up out of the soil, and then there's a season for it to start blossoming, right? And hopefully to start bearing fruits, and then there's a season for us to start what's the word? I can remember the English word for that, but to start picking up those fruits, the season of getting our rewards for all this hard work. But we cannot rush it, because things are gonna happen when they're supposed to happen, right? We cannot expect to have fruits before the plants start blossoming. So that is the patience and planning here, especially that we understand we're going through a transition period during this time. We are like moving from one era, we are shifting energy from one way of seeing things, like all of us as a collective, we are being worked from the very foundation on how we are operate, right? Like we used to go 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 go, like let's do the job, let's do this, the kids, and like the what do you call that, the rat race, if you will. Guess what? All of a sudden we all have been put on hold, pause. There's nothing you can do about, like, we all have to pause. We're all pausing. We don't have a choice in that matter. So it's kind of like practicing patience is so important during this time, understanding that everything is within our control. Yes, there are certain decisions we can make. We can choose to adhere to the rules. We can choose to use proper precautions. We can choose to introspect and evaluate our own life, how we're doing things, what can we change to make things better for ourselves, but also for our community, right? What's for the best and highest good of the whole, of the collective. We have certain we still have free will, right? We have certain control, but not everything is within our control. We have to practice patience in certain regards. And here we have sacrifice, the hangman, again, another card of patience, shifting perspective. And literally, sacrifice is a good word for the hangman. We normally see the hangman in the Rider Waite, the traditional tarot, as this man being hanging upside down on some kind of platform, and it's a sense of almost like of a ritual of passage, right? A rite of passage, a sense of someone needed to go through certain trials and certain tribulation before they can, to show their worth, to show their commitment to the cause, before they can be granted access, right, to the gate, right, to before they can get access to that ultimate membership, to that exclusive membership that we all would like to, that are spiritual, to get to, which is to get to enlightenment, to get closer to the divine, right, to not to become light bodies, to not allow that suit, that physical body, to weight us down. So we are going through the sacrificial transition right now. And yes, I don't know, I just struggle, I don't know why, but some of us have to be patient as this stage takes through, because it's an important part of the process, right? We cannot rush it, And for those of us that have been, it's almost like there's a sense of judgment day to it all, right? It's almost like that's like judgment day. For those of us, some of us may have to atone for our sins, right? Some of us are going to have to come face to face with our sins. Some of us are going to have to answer for some of our decisions and the way we live the life, right? Our lives. And some of us also are going to start feeling the protection of the divine in a real and also very direct way. Okay, so I'm going to shift the deck and I'm going to pull some cards at the bottom of the deck. I'm being driven to do that. And actually, you guys cannot see all the cards. Hold on, let's do this. I was trying to keep it in a certain way that if there are any comments, I may be able to read it, but I don't think anyone is in there here yet. So there we go. So let's see what we have here. We have disruptions. Yes, Pluto energy. No. Actually, this is Mars energy. I always think of the tower as Pluto, but this is Mars energy. This is the tower. Shake up. Sudden shake up, things that are outside of control, right? It's the same energy we're talking about, like as above, so below. There's a sense here, there are things that are within our control, and there's those things that are gonna happen that we cannot control. Here we have number 15, major arcana. And this is temptation, also known as the devil card, Capricorn energy, right underneath the Empress card. And the Empress card is a 3, temptation is a 6. All right, number 15, major arcana number 15, that goes down to a 6. So there is a sense here of like a doubling down, right? So we have fertility and we have temptation. And look at how it's almost like someone is pushing the light away with that temptation. It's like, keep that light away. I wanna dwell in the darkness. Don't impede on my decision to dwell in the darkness. But what I feel, the light's gonna come anyways. Okay, I feel like the light is so much more powerful than that physical body pushing the light away, because there's a certain thing that's gonna happen here. There are events happening and we are experiencing some of it right now, and I'm feeling truly that there's maybe more to come, that's going to really make us face our temptation, our negative habits. That's really gonna put us face to face in regards to where we have to address our the things that we have been undertaking as a collective, the way we've been living our lives as a collective, the way we've been treating each other as a collective, that are like not for the best and highest good of the collective, for the planet, for our global community, right? So let's keep on going here. We have number 6 of Pentacles, right under the 7 of Pentacles. We have material and spiritual prosperity. And this card, by the way, is all about finding balance. That 6 of Pentacles, right? It's all about like a balance in the give and take, especially when it comes to material things that are tangible, like resources, money. So we have here material and spiritual prosperity. So, and those go hand in hand. I love that they put that spiritual prosperity here, because everything we are going through right now have a spiritual component to it, as everything in life, because we are spiritual beings. First and foremost, no matter how much it may hurt physically, no matter how much the impact may be we're experiencing is a physical impact, but there is a spiritual component to it. Okay, and I'm getting here, what it's gonna bring us to is having patience and planning in balancing those two out: prosperity spiritually and materially. And that's what we need to balance out, what it is to have so much power, so much wealth in regards to material things, and we are so poor in regards to a spirituality. That is what this tower, this disruption that we are experiencing right now. We have disruption, which is the tower card, and temptation, which is the devil card. That is what is addressing right now for us. That is what's coming to a head for us to face, because what spirit is going to bring, is trying to bring us towards right now, it's towards that balance between the spiritual and the material self, the spiritual and the material world. Okay, and how do we engage in these two parts? And here we have, and by the way, how do we engage in these two parts right here on earth in the 3D world? This is 6 of earth. How do we keep those two balanced right here? And here we have the next card we're going to pull out from underneath the deck, and that is the card of hope, which is number 17, also known as the stars card. This is the card of Aquarius. And what did I say? We're going towards the age of Aquarius. Right under the card of sacrifice, which is also known as the hangman, major arcana number 12. And the major arcana number 12, the hangman, is what? This is what we're experiencing right now, so we can get to this, so we can get to that place of hope, to that place of light, so we can all be in alignment towards our North Star. Okay, this is kind of like, this is so clear. And when I say this message has been consistent, the message has been very, very consistent. And at the bottom here, what we had left with is a throat chakra. And the throat chakra is all about communication. Okay, and yes, it is represented by this color blue that you see here. It's all about using our voices to express ourselves, to stand for what we believe in, to stand for what is right. And let me push this so you guys can see all the cards, because I see cards of hope is off screen here. There we go, better. So there's a sense here, as all of this, we are all experiencing this, we're all going through this motion, we're all experiencing this energy. We have to speak up for ourselves. We have to use our voice. We have to lift our voice together. Okay, if you sing even more. Okay, sing even louder. Perhaps that your neighbor can hear you. You don't even know. That's gonna bring them some joy. That's going to help them with the anxiety and the stress that they're dealing with. If you right now one of those people that are like, in self-isolation, and your kids are at home and you're talking to them, please practice patience. Please practice patience, and have some kind of planning as to the planning of the day. Okay, we're really being called right now to pay close attention to the way we engage in this world. We engage with each other, the way to understand that we are all connected, that we can, even those of us who know it, we know about it's everything. We're all energy and the interconnectedness of the world. But do we actually live by that knowing? Do we take actions in that knowing? And I say we, as in including me, you, and everyone else. How many of us consistently keep in mind when we are wasting, whether resources, food, water, especially those of us in the West, like, we are going about our life, living our life. And how many of us really stop to think about the people that don't have anything at all? We're here within our community, not to even talk about the world. How fair is it for this planet that has everything? God created this planet with everything that we could wish for. For some people to have enough resources for them to spend for 20,000 lifetimes, and there are kids that are dying of hunger. I mean, you could say an adult, you make your decision, that's your fault. Like, you decide to go this way because we do have free will. You make those choices, you make those decisions. As we're studying here, that's the first card that we pulled out. You can say, okay, you writing that energy, so you're gonna pay for it when things blow up. Okay, you pay for it. But what about the kids? It's always astonishing to me the way we treat the most vulnerable people in our society. What about the kids, right? What about the animals who don't have a voice, who can speak for themselves? Like, what about the plants that the trees that we just cut whenever we want? Without a second thought about the damage it's gonna cause to the soil, to the ecosystem. Like, how responsible do we feel towards one another? And how consistent are we in living this truth? At the very least, that knowing that we all should, at this point, really be very clear on, right? And no, it's not to be preachy, but that's the message has been very consistent here. But the good news is we are going towards hope. We are the 6, also a card of is a number for harmony, right? Just like the temptation card here. It's like what they say, it's a flip, hate is the flip coin of love, right? Intense energy. It's just like that temptation drills down to a 6, and we know the number 6 in the tarot, the major arcana number 6 is love. And by the way, I did see it when I pulled up that heart chakra. That's what I saw right underneath here. The harmonies, and actually it's actually called here a harmony in this deck. So communicating clearly, lifting up our voice to express ourselves, and also practicing patience. And yes, some of us will have to make some sacrifices. I feel like we can never go back to the way things used to be. Okay, we're gonna have to change our perspective with that hangman. It's not just about patience, but it's also about, yes, doing the things that perhaps that are like not so easy, making those decisions that perhaps that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for us, in order to bring a little bit more hope to another, in order to allow that healing to take place, because the stars card is also about healing. Okay, and hope and faith. But we must be honest with us, with ourselves. And I encourage you guys to go back to the readings that I did for this channel around Virgo season of last year, around the new moon, and or after, right after the new moon to Virgo, because that message started coming since then. And I would say even more towards a lunar eclipse we have in Cancer season last year. It was like very pronounced. I remember doing this reading and almost apologizing, explaining that spirit is asking us to introspect. Spirit is asking us to go through that in the hermit journey, the hermit representing Virgo, to look at our lives, our daily routine, the things that we are doing. By the way, sixth house energy is also about health. Virgo rules the sixth house. It's about our health, about our daily routine, the things that we do in the daily, the way we structure our lives, our daily lives. Like, what we do for work, what do we do for day, how do we spend our time, how do we spend our money. Virgo season was just intense energy of that. Go within, re-examine that, go over that again. So it's almost like we've been marching on. Spirit has been preparing us on this journey. Okay, those of you that are spiritual, that have been paying attention, I'm pretty sure you could feel it, even though you couldn't express it, even though like you are not sure exactly where to put your finger, but it's been like a marching drum almost. Like, I think that's the expression, like steadily going, coming towards this energy. And I know for sure myself, most astrologers have been telling us there's something coming, there's a shift coming, and it's here. It's here. But we have something better, we have something brighter to look forward to, closer towards harmony, towards a material and spiritual prosperity that is in balance. Okay, towards a more fairer society. That's what we're going towards. Look at this, look at this, look at this. The Empress and the Magician. We have the Empress here already. Venus energy. That's our saving grace in all of this. Venus is really showering us with some love and some luck here. Okay, and some love and some abundance as well. For those of us that make the decision, that's how we start this. Movement, choices, decision to move towards the light, to move towards hope, to choose hope, to stay positive, to stay in communion, to go for the collective, for what's best and for what's best for all of us. And it's also, yes, some of it is outside of our control, but some of it we are manifesting it. And we are manifesting it not just through prayers, we are manifesting it with our decision. Because the Magician, as you see, as above so below, the things that we are doing right here, those decisions that we are making, whether it's the decisions, like small decisions we are making in our daily life, and the big decisions, like for example, our leaders are making on our behalf, the leaders that we put there, right, for most of us, that we are supporting or at least tolerating, like all of those are contributing towards, what's happening above, towards the shift that needs to happen, towards what's being inspired, right, towards faith, because the stars card is also a card of almost like destiny and faith, right? It's like it's a relationship between what's happening above and below. And yes, we have a hand in it. Right, we have a hand in it. Our prayers, what do you pray for when you pray? Do you pray only to be rich, to be abundant, to be wealthy? Do you pray for health? Do you pray for just your health? Do you pray for your whole family's health? Do you pray for the health of the community? Do you pray for your leader? May they be of sound mind, and to have empathy, to work for the cause of the greater good, like, what do you pray for? What are you manifesting? And all of us put together, what are we manifesting? What are we working towards? What are we using our skills, our resources, our creativity, our passion towards? What are we doing? There we go. At the bottom of the deck, Four of Earth, new foundation. The four is the home, four pillars, the four direction, right? The four corners of the earth. This is something that's gonna affect all of us, and especially this is the after tarot. Look at this. There's almost like there's something menacing here approaching it, doesn't it? Right? That's with that skeleton. Yes, it could be the card of the miser. Fear of losing resources, especially material resources, the fear of losing our money or the things we work for, like of losing the foundation, what we've known, like to the point where we're like holding on to it so tight we cannot see there's way more to be had. So as a collective, if that's what we're doing right now and trying to hold on to what was, we already lost that battle. Because if you look closer, you'll see that darkness that covers that skeleton has already reached him. He's already covered in it. Because the fear itself is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Just by focusing on that fear, you're already infected by that fear and also affected by that fear. So if we're going to sit and try to hold on to what was, try to hold on to that old foundation, it's not going to play out well for us. Because that tower that's coming through right now, for those of us that are not going with the program, that are not learning the lessons, that are not trying to evolve, that we cannot stop. That is not within our control, the tower. And the tower is aggressive, it's sudden, and it's a shakeup that cannot be ignored. It's a completely, like, it's a change in structure. Just like you see, these are like literally like that person here. Every part of them is shifting, right? Every part of them is shifting. It's almost like the body here. It's you would say it's like the seven energetic centers almost, with the crown here lighted up. There's a shift happening in our own physical body, just like that shift is happening in the earth body, right? We're being asked to think of our physicality in a different way, to think of our physical experience in a different way. And holding on to that old foundation is not going to cut it, okay? And we cannot stop that, because that just holding on to fear, like it's just like if you want to start a business, you want to make more money, you'd like to invest, and you're holding on to all your coins, then how are you gonna make more? You're either gonna have to invest it. To start a business, you have to spend money. To invest, you have to spend money and expect to get a return on your money. So old foundation, the fear of losing that, it's already a lost battle. We have to open up and embrace the new. Open up and start manifesting towards hope, towards what's really fulfilling for us, and that's going to be good for everybody. And to use a voice to communicate, to express ourselves, okay? Singing came up earlier. For those of you that sing, for those of you that are a very good communicator, to start talking up, speak up for what you believe in, speak up for your principles, speak up for things that you think are unfair and unjust. No longer can we all put our heads down and just kind of like ignore the injustices that are happening. No longer can we put our head down, going about our day, our daily routine, thinking like what's going on over there has nothing to do with us, because now we know better. Because we've been shaking to our ground to pay attention, because it's always been the case. We just were not paying attention, right? All right, guys. There's not a lot of you guys in the chat room. Okay, I think I have one person. Hello, person hanging out here with me. Thank you. And if you have questions, please go ahead and put a comment. I would love to answer you guys' questions, because I really would like this live reading for the 4th week to be more like a hangout. So hopefully eventually more people join in so we can do so. But I'll pick up a women's oracle cards for you guys. And this is for the collective. I'm not going to the individual sign. This new moon in Aries here. And Aries is all about the self, the identity, okay? Who am I? Or for Aries, it's like, I am. Because most Aries will tell you, I know who I am. Aries really have a strong self identity as to who they are. And the thing with Aries is like we can be very complex, beings. Like that spark, that first, right? We that like March, the spring starts and we're marching on. We're studying things out, marching forward. And with this new moon in Aries, especially with everything going on in this world, the new moons are best time to manifest, to set new intentions. Okay, so take this opportunity. We have that a magician card, like manifest. It's a card of manifestation, to bring your wishes up to the heavens, and may they come back down to you in regards to wish fulfillment. Okay, because what you're manifesting, we want to manifest is fertility, growth, expansion with the three. Also, abundance and more love and harmony in the world. Okay, more nurturing with Venus energy here. This is the Empress card. That's what we want to go towards. That's what we want to manifest. So focus your intentions on that. Set some intentions during this new moon in Aries, like so we can start anew. All of us, as a collective, meditate on it. Take a moment. A lot of us are home. Take a moment, even if it's just 15 minutes. Sit in a quiet corner, like say a chant, sing your favorite song, kind of empty your brain, do some mantras, play some meditation music, and just allow yourself to feel the light, to feel yourself filled up with the light. All of us, even if it's just like half of us do it, that alone is going to help us to raise the vibration of this planet. That alone is going to help us to start healing. Okay, let's keep going here. The cards are not coming out for you guys. The Women's Oracle card. Let's see what Women's Message Spirit have for us for this time in regards to women. How's this? This was more like a deep spiritual message that came through. But let's see what we have. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Yes, things are shifting in every way. We have to keep an open mind. Not just in regards to women, but in regards to the changes, that shift we're all experiencing right now as well. Okay, we cannot be too stiff. We cannot be too rigid. We cannot be afraid of, letting go of things that are not serving us, of old habits, of this temptation card showing up here. We have to allow ourselves to shift. Okay, we have to allow that shift to happen. Not try to control and resist it. Let's take one more. Okay, that was fast. Deception. And that deception could be self-deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Are you with someone where you're feeling like you're playing a role? Have you been entertaining relationships just to keep face, staying in a relationship to keep face? Or are you entertaining people because you feel like that's what looks good? That's why you're wearing a false self-mask. You're trying to be someone else, someone you're not, just so you can attract a certain person or so you can stay in a relationship. Look at the person wearing the mask. Look what's happening behind them. I don't think I ever pointed that out in a reading. There's a little angel here, a little cherub that's like almost like peeling up the mask off of them. It's like, how long can you keep that up? Not very long, because that mask is being removed. Okay, she's wearing a mask, he's wearing a mask. It's like, who's being real here? Let's go back to basics. Let's go back to truth and put aside all this game playing, gamemanship. It wastes so much time. I don't understand how people insist on doing that. We had passion and it came out in reverse, okay? Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So for a lot of you here, I feel like this is the time of reevaluating your relationship, your love relationship, especially in regards to love. Spirit is telling you to keep an open mind. The person that you've been trying to seek may not be the person that's for you. Okay, your soulmate may differ from your usual type. Someone is wearing a false self-mask. Okay, meaning that the person that you saw so attractive, you have not seen that person. You're just seeing a representation of that person. Okay, and to allow yourself to feel the grief of it all when it's been pointed out to you. Once you realize it, when you come into an understanding of it, to allow yourself to go through that transition. Okay, for some of you, if it's heartbreak, even if it's you who has caused yourself that heartbreak by playing a role, by showing a certain face just to fit in that person's life, allow this to happen, allow this to take place. And if this relationship has been getting more devilish temptation energy, it was just all about passion. It wasn't about, like, passion and a spiritual connection, it was just all about passion, that too is the cracks are gonna start showing, okay, when that tower moment happens. And here we have stay optimistic about your love life at the bottom of the deck. Yes, this is a bit kind of a rough message, but hey, we are going through some rough time right now, so we cannot be too surprised about that, okay? Ooh, that was quick. Notes from the universe. There you see. Oh my gosh, this is what's facing. Okay, when I put the card down, I go where you go. Isn't that amazing? Earlier when I saw that magician card, that's what we're talking about whatever we are praying on, we're manifesting the decisions we are making here on Earth, on this planet. They're also affecting what's happening above. And here it is. The universe is telling you, I go where you go. What we do affects what's happening above, where the universe go. We are the universe. We are co-creating with the divine. I go where you go. That's like one sentence to summarize what I was trying to the message that they were giving me, that was being channeled, to put it out there, okay, to put in my own words. Like, I go where you go, says the universe. Okay, this is notes from the universe. I love these cards. They're a bit cheeky. I hope you guys enjoy them too. So here we go. You have two cards. Dwell on what you love, and this is, they have message on both sides. Let's read that side. It says, asking someone to change is like pruning a tree. Neither will ever be the same again. Nor will we. That nor will we is me, y'all. Scarier still is that you can't quite know in what new directions they'll grow. I wouldn't change a leaf on you, the universe. Do you understand? Do you see the synchronicity in message here? Things are changing, okay? Things are changing, and we don't fully know in which directions that things will grow, but let's keep manifesting hope and love and abundance. And because the universe is telling us, I go where you go, so the universe can go there as well, so we all can go there together. Okay, that's the goal here. And here's the second card that came out, and it says, turn on your love light. Turn on your love light. Let's remove the mask and turn on our love light. Let's get out of our mind when it comes to love and approach it more from, and also get out of our lower energies, our sacral chakra energies, our reproductive system, and connect more from the love space, okay? Then we can bring everything back in together. So it's saying you turn on your love light. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me. The universe. Yes. Yes, when we talked about this card earlier, that the Empress card from the Psychic Tarot, which is called fertility here, major arcana number 3, the things that was most pronounced for me is the heart chakra, that green emanating to the clothes, like, right, wearing the heart on the sleeve, having the whole different meaning, like the light coming through, the love light from the heart chakra is literally piercing through. And that's what we all want to do right now, okay, to turn on our love light, to not just love light in regards to passion. I think that's why that passion card came out in reverse, but love light in regards to keeping things fair, okay, love light in regards to really connecting from the love space, to see things from through the lens of light and love, right? They say, if you believe in God and you truly believe, you have faith, you know that we are all carry God's light through us. We're all reflection of God's light, of the divine's light. And once we start seeing each other like that, and we start encouraging each other, uplifting each other, engaging each other in that space, like, all of a sudden, I feel like everything's going to be magical, right? There's still hope. That's how we ended this reading. That was the last card. And then we're going to start feeling the hope. We're going to start experiencing the hope. And we're also going to be the hope. The planet's going to shine through this whole multiverse. So this is the message for this new moon in Aries, of fourth reading. I'm sending you guys so much healing energy, so much love. Please be patient with yourself. Be patient with your children. Be kind to yourself. Take a moment to meditate. Take a moment to pray, to feel, to keep yourself grounded. Drink plenty of water. And also, if you follow the directions, if you're being told to self-isolate during this time, please do pay attention to what the scientists are saying. Pay attention to what the people that are responsible are saying. Do not allow confusion and anxiety to take over you, because that's just going, the stress is just going to even lower your immune system, and you don't want that, okay? So sending you guys love. Thank you so much, especially for those of you that stopped by to hang out. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys very soon. All right, bye bye now.